On today's episode of Chicago Bears Now, we're going to take a look at some updated depth charts. Now, as we're filming this, the Bears have not unveiled a depth chart for week one against Green Bay, but with the roster trimming down to 53 players, with the waiver wire period coming and going over the past couple of days, I want to take my stab at some depth charts and how I think things could look heading into that week one matchup against the Green Bay Packers. But this is your last chance. It is the final day of August, and the clock is ticking. The last update we got on YouTube Analytics, we were down 72 subscribers here to the Raiders Report for more new subscribers this month. To be honest, the Raiders Report has been our number one YouTube channel here at Chat Sports for at least 2 years now. We got more new subscribers this month. That would be a huge accomplishment. You could pat yourselves on the back. That would be awesome. And hey, we're plugging out tons of content. I think we've done over 60 videos this month. So if you want more to come, hit that sub button. All right, let's dive into the quarterbacks here. Obviously, the new addition, bringing back Nathan Peterman. He is on the 53-man roster. Justin Fields is your starter. Tyson Bagent, I still think, is your QB2 for now. If Fields were to get hurt in a game and Peterman was active, would they go to him? We'd have to wait and see. But Peterman back in the fold. The Bears wanted to have a third quarterback. I think ideally they would have brought him back on the practice squad, but I'm guessing Peterman may have had some other options. Now, obviously, for this year and heading into this week one matchup, it's all about taking the proper steps in the passing game for Justin Fields. We know how unreal he is as an athlete and an overall playmaker. I have no doubts that his floor is pretty damn high because he can make things happen on a whim, but can he be more consistent and more productive in the passing game? You would think with new additions around him, another year in this system under Luke Getsy, that will come, but that remains to be seen. We have to see him go out there and do it starting in week one. Show QB1 some love. Type JF1 down in the comment section right now. If you're a Justin Fields believer, get the JF1s going. And even if you're not, but you want to get, just give him a little bit of a boost, go ahead and type JF1. All right, let's go to the running back position here. Obviously, nothing's changed since cutdown day. Khalil Herbert, Deontay Foreman, Roschon Johnson, Travis Homer, and Khari Blasingame. Now, I think the big question heading into week one is Roschon Johnson going to have a bigger role than Deontay Foreman this soon? I've got Foreman listed as RB2 for now. If you're asking me to do a Week 8 projected depth chart, I would have Roschon RB2. But at this exact moment, they've kept Foreman for a reason. I'll keep him as the RB2, but I think Roschon has a bigger future here, and it would not surprise me at all if he had a bigger role, even right away, than Deontay Foreman. Obviously, Travis Homer is going to be your occasional scat back, but obviously your special teams contributor. Okay, wide receiver now. 7 guys right now. DJ Moore, Darnell Mooney, Chase Claypool. Claypool's been back at practice the past couple of days. That's a good sign. Tyler Scott, Velus Jones Jr., Equanimeous St. Brown, and Trent Taylor, who's now your punt returner. What's going to be interesting is if you roll into week one with these 7 guys, who is inactive on game day, and is one guy inactive or is 2 guys? If it's just one guy inactive, I would have St. Brown inactive. You've got Claypool. He can be a good blocker. You don't need EQ out there. Now, if 2 guys are inactive, the question is, who's the other one? Because it's not going to be Trent Taylor, at least not to start the season, because he's your punt returner. We'll talk about special teams later. So that means it's probably Tyler Scott, because I think Velus Jones is going to be your kick returner. So we'll see how things shake out. I would be tempted to have 6 active on game day because I want to see Tyler Scott get some snaps, but some tough decisions even beyond just cutting down to 53 is who are some of the inactives on game day. Obviously, DJ Moore is the focus here. You add him via trade for the number 1 pick this offseason. He brings you a true number 1 receiver. If Justin Fields breaks out as a passer, this young man will be a big reason why. Okay, tight end position. Very simple, right? Cole Kmet, Robert Tonyan, Marcedes Lewis. Kmet's going to play most snaps. Tonyan's going to play, especially on passing downs. Lewis will play a lot in clear running situations. If I had to percentage out snaps, Cole Kmet plays 85% of snaps. Tonyan plays probably 50 to 55 because they'll run a lot of 2 tight end sets. Lewis probably plays 35 or so, 35%. So all 3 will play, and they all play different roles. Okay, the offensive line. I think this is how we're looking right now from left to right. Braxton Jones at left tackle, Cody Whitehair at left guard because Teven Jenkins is on IR, so is Doug Kramer. Lucas Patrick at center. Dan Feeney could be in the mix there. We'll see who starts at center week 1. Nate Davis at right guard, Darnell Wright at right tackle. The good news is everyone except Teven Jenkins and obviously Doug Kramer has been practicing, so the other 8 guys are healthy. You've got Larry Borom and Jatiri Carter in the mix as well, so I like that aspect of it. Patrick's back out there. Feeney's been practicing. He knows the system well. Shouldn't take much for him to get adjusted. But the one question is who's the week 1 starting center? I think it's one of the first 2 options. I am 97% sure Cody Whitehair is going to be your starting left guard while Teven Jenkins is out for injury. So you're really just dealing with Lucas Patrick and Dan Feeney. Now the good news is if God forbid Patrick and Feeney both got hurt, Whitehair could then slide to center, and then Tyree Carter could play left guard. But who do you think plays at center week 1? Do you think Lucas Patrick gets a start? You think Dan Feeney gets a start? Or you think Cody Whitehair gets a start? LP for Patrick, DF for Feeney, or CW for Whitehair? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. Now, Rocket Money is a place to save money. Lots of NFL teams have been saving money the past few days by cutting players, trading players, looking out for their pockets, and you can do the same, as Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. With Rocket Money, you can easily cancel subscriptions you no longer want with the single press of a button. No more long hold times or annoying email back and forth chains with companies that just eventually just make it such a pain to cancel your product. I like this from Rocket Money, too. They can even negotiate to lower your bills for you by up to 20%. How do you do that, Harrison? Well, all you have to do is take a picture of your bill, and Rocket Money will take care of the rest. They also let you monitor all of your expenses in one place, recommend custom budgets based on your past spending, and they'll send you notifications if you have reached those benchmarks, so they're going to keep you on track. Download the Rocket Money app right now. RocketMoney.com/BearsNow. That is RocketMoney.com/BearsNow. That link is in the description and comments of this video. Support our sponsors. Support us by using the link to download the app, and you're going to be good to go. Rocket Money has you covered on a day-to-day basis to stay on top of your finances. Let's go to the defensive side of the football here. Defensive line, you got your 9 players here. Yannick Ngakoue, DeMarcus Walker, your starting edges. Walker has been back at practice, so that's trending up. Andrew Billings, Justin Jones on the interior, along with the rookie D-Tacs, Zach Pickens and Gervon Dexter. They obviously kept Rasheem Green. They like him against the run. Dominique Robinson's still here, and they felt Khalid Kareem was a more complete player than Terrell Lewis. I would argue Lewis and his pass rush ability that he showed is more valuable, but Kareem had 3 sacks in the preseason too, and they like him better against the run, so clearly they went in that direction. Now, Ngakoue, obviously the big addition earlier in August to come in here, never has had less than 8 sacks in a season. We know the Bears struggles to get to the quarterback last year with only 20 as a team, so hopefully he's able to keep up his consistent production. And something I'm curious about is how much will the rookie defensive tackles play and which one gets more playing time? Zach Pickens, I think, is further along than Gervon Dexter right now. I think Dexter has the higher ceiling, but I think Pickens might get more opportunities early at that nose tackle spot. For one, Andrew Billings will probably have to check out more often than Justin Jones, just being a heavier player, but 2, because I think Pickens has shown a little bit more during camp and in the preseason. Okay, linebacker now. You got your 5 players, TJ Edwards, Tremaine Edmonds, Jack Sanborn. All 5 of these players, or 4 of the 5 have been healthy. Dylan Cole still hasn't been practicing, so we'll monitor that. But Edmonds there in the middle. He's been back at practice. Edwards has been there all camp and preseason. Jack Sanborn, for the most part, has been healthy. And Noah Sewell, after a bit of an injury scare in the final preseason game, he's been back out there practicing as well. I think your core 4 will play a lot. I think Sewell will get opportunities, Sanborn, but it's really about these 2 guys, right? You invest at linebacker in the offseason. You give TJ Edwards 3 years, $19 million. You give Tremaine Edmonds 4 years, $72 million. 2 of the top 6 graded linebackers from Pro Football Focus last year. You see the grades on your screen. I think they're going to be excellent against the pass, and especially in Edwards' case, he'll be a really, really good run stuffer. So I'm excited for this duo. I'm excited to see them play together. The question is, will there be some miscommunication early on in the season, because obviously Edmonds did miss a lot of time in the preseason. All right, guys, I know we're trying to take down the Raiders Report and new subscribers this month. And again, subscribe to Bears Now to make that happen. But they are doing something pretty cool. Mitchell Wren's the host of that channel. Long story short, as Super Chat Palooza got crazy one day, and he promised Raider Nation that he would get a Raiders tattoo. So they've been live all day on the Raiders Report, youtube.com/Raiders Report. Getting that tattoo done, you get a close look into how that process works. That's a pretty cool thing, especially those into tattoos out there. Also, they'll be live again tomorrow, so go check them out. You don't have to subscribe to the Raiders Report, but if you want to, you can. But maybe wait till September 1st so we can win this August battle. But join them tomorrow, youtube.com/Raiders Report. They'll be live all day finishing up that Raiders tattoo. Cornerback now, you got your 6, Jalen Johnson, Tyreek Stevenson, Kyler Gordon, your projected starters. I'm expecting a big jump from Gordon. I think it'll be a bit of a roller coaster with Stevenson. The highs will be highs, the lows will be lows. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of the year he's one of the more penalized corners, but it wouldn't also surprise me if he led this team in interceptions. Like, he's that type of corner, and I don't mind that in your number 2 outside guy. Like, Jalen Johnson may not create as many takeaways, but he'll be your consistent, sticky corner. Tyreek Stevenson, yeah, he might give up more plays and more penalties, but he's also going to take the football away more. So I'm excited about that. Terrell Smith, I thought, had a good preseason outside of the time he missed with injury. Jalen Jones, Josh Blackwell, 2 excellent special teamers, and if they have to play, they got some decent playing time last year in the secondary as well. Safety, obviously you swapped out A.J. Thomas for Quindell Johnson. So Johnson's going to play a lot on special teams, interesting athletic traits. But as far as the defense goes, Eddie Jackson, Jaquan Brisker. Obviously, Eddie is back at practice, named a team captain. Elijah Hicks had a good camp, so he's your number 3 safety right now. The question is where is Jaquan Brisker at in his health? Now, on Thursday, he did not practice, but he and Dylan Cole were out there. They got some stretching done. After practice on Thursday, Coach Matt Eberflus did say that Jaquan Brisker, he's still optimistic about where he's at. He's going to do some stuff this weekend, and next Wednesday's padded practice will be the big one. If he can go out there and get through that one, he should be good to play week 1. So I'll put the week 1 availability meter at 63%. I think it's still better than 50-50, but probably lowering by the day that he's not out there. So definitely something to monitor as we get into early next week. What say you? Guessing game. Will Jaquan Brisker play in week 1 against the Packers? Type P for play or W for won't. I'm going to be optimistic and say he will. Like I said, 63% chance on the Harrison confidence meter here. Hopefully he's able to get out there. And then you got your special teamers. Cairo Santos is your kicker. Trenton Gill is your punter. Patrick Scale is your long snapper. And then your return guys are set. Velus Jones Jr. is your kick returner. Trent Taylor is your punt returner. Now, if the wide receiver position's too crowded and Velus has to be inactive on game day, then I would guess Tyler Scott's your kick returner, but I do think Velus will be active and will be the kick returner, and Tyler Scott could be the odd man out early in the year in terms of active, inactive. We'll have to see how the Bears handle that starting in week 1 and moving forward. So there you go. That's how I think the roster and the depth charts sit as of now. Obviously, things are still in flux. Teams are still shuffling on the back ends of their 53-man rosters, but I think the Bears feel good about where they're at right now. For the most part, injuries have kind of just gone away, if you will. Just a couple of guys dealing with stuff, Dylan Cole and Jaquan Brisker, so hopefully they're able to get back very, very soon. We'll have updates as we get them, so be sure to subscribe.